running for City Council. I'm the longest serving member of the Planning and Transportation Commission. I'm on my second term. I was chair last year, and before that I served on the Infrastructure Blue Ribbon Commission, which looked at infrastructure challenges here in the city. And I've been on the Escondido PTA as treasurer, as well as president of the College Terrace Residents Association. So I did that for 4 terms as well. So I've been very involved in the community, and simply the reason why I'm running is because I want to make sure that City Hall works for all of you. And so the 3 things that I feel are really important. First one is really to make sure that we have a balanced approach through collaborative solutions. The second one is we need to have fiscal strength in the city. And the third thing is that I think that we need to make sure that the city, is that being stopped? Okay. That the city is that the city is able to make things happen. So please vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tanaka. And we go to Ms. Niss. Ms. Niss, you have 1 minute.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Joe. Thank you to all of you who are here this afternoon. It's a pleasure. And I'm here asking for your vote one more time. I'm the only incumbent running of all the people sitting up here. And my background, as many of you know, is I've lived here for a long time. I have served, I sound a little like Joe, served on the school board as president, served on the city council previously, twice as mayor, served on the St. Clair County Board of Supervisors, twice as president, and I've returned to the fold. So it is an enormous pleasure to be here. Let me call out what I think are the 3 big issues in this election. I don't think any of you would argue with transportation. The traffic is an issue, the parking is an issue. Secondly is housing. Many of you have indicated housing is the #1 issue for you, and the cost of living here. And finally, the cost of the quality of life. And with that, I'm closing down. Just remember, we're here to protect your neighborhoods.
Thank you very much. Before I go to Mr. Frederick, did I see our Mayor Pat Burke back in the room? Mayor Burke, we have a lot of folks standing. We could use some chairs from the city of Palo Alto. We're going to see just how powerful the mayor of the city of Palo Alto is. No pressure whatsoever. Thank you. We're going to go next to John Frederick. Mr. Frederick, you have 1 minute.
Thank you, Joe, and good afternoon or good evening, as ever you view it, citizens and friends. I'm John Carl Frederick on the ballot. This is my 6th election. I'm a longtime resident of Palo Alto, 50 years in the neighborhoods, most of it on the north side, now on the south side. 50 years resident, 40 years as a participant in politics. My first council election was in 1975, and on today's piece of propaganda, I have the things I ran on 40 years ago, and 30 years of teaching in the school system. So I feel involved in the neighborhood, and I feel the biggest issue here is from the second sentence in my statement. Quality of life issues require voters to be more alert, informed, and involved. So I'm going to put the ball in your court. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Stuart Carl, you have 1 minute to introduce yourself.
Thank you, Supervisor Simitian. Hello, my name is Stuart Carl, and I grew up in suburban Philadelphia surrounded by the horse farms of Samuel Riddle. After graduating from high school, I left suburban Philadelphia for the mean streets of Los Angeles, where I studied transportation design at the Art Center College of Design and received a bachelor's degree in industrial design. 1 year and a long drive in a beat-up Subaru later, I ended up on another horse farm studying for a master's degree in mechanical engineering. After graduating from Stanford, I worked all over Silicon Valley, Cupertino, Sunnyvale, Santa Clara, Mountain View, and rented all over Palo Alto, Everett, Lytton, Channing, Addison, before entering the world of a self-employed design engineer and consultant and settling down as a 20-plus year resident of College Terrace. In College Terrace, I became active with other residents working to integrate Stanford Land Management's massive Mayfield project and the temporary Facebook headquarters into our neighborhood and witnessed the broken planning and parking process firsthand. In 2013, I began educating myself in the Palo Alto community about the problem of aircraft noise and the FAA's new noise.
And that is 1 minute, Mr. Carl.
Next
Finish
gen.
that sentence.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Our next candidate is Adrian Fine. Mr. Fine?
So thank you, Supervisor Smitty, thank you to the Chamber, but most importantly, thank you to all of you for showing up tonight. This is really encouraging for our democracy in our city. My name is Adrian Fine. I was born and raised in South Palo Alto, and I am running for City Council because I want to make sure that all the benefits I received in Palo Alto are improved for current and future residents. I went to Ohlone, JLS, and Gunn. My first job was at Accent Arts on Cal Out, sadly a business which is closing nowadays. After college and grad school, I returned to Palo Alto. I serve as chair of the Planning and Transportation Commission, and my fiance and I want to start our family here. The Palo Alto I know values creativity and courage. The Palo Alto I know values the perspective of residents, businesses, and nonprofits. The Palo Alto I know is a leader in the region. I'm running to make our city council and our civics as an innovative and as dynamic as our business culture. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Greer Stone. Mr. Stone?
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for letting me be here. It is an incredible honor. I am a native Palo Alto. I grew up here. I went to school at Duvenet, Jordan, Pali. I'm the son of a Palo Alto elementary school teacher, Janice Stone, who taught at Duvenet and now at Ohlone Elementary. My father is a former Yosemite Park ranger and has spent over 30 years in the Sheriff's Department at Stanford University. I have been serving this community ever since I was 23 years old when I first joined the Human Relations Commission, and now I chair that commission. I'm also an attorney, which probably explains why I'm wearing a suit. And I am running because I'm getting married next July, and my fiance and I want to make sure that Palo Alto is the same. Continues to be the greatest community to raise children and to live for the rest of our lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Arthur Keller is our next candidate. Mr. Keller, welcome.
Thank you, Supervisor Smitty and the Chamber for hosting this event, and thank you for all of you who are coming today. My small consulting business is a member of the Palo Alto Chamber and also a certified green business. I'm a graduate of Leadership Palo Alto program of the Chamber. Happy to see all the Leadership Palo Alto graduates and new people. I served on the Planning and Transportation Commission for 8 years, and I'm currently co-chair of the Citizens Advisory Committee on the Comprehensive Plan Update. I'm also on the Environmental and Water Resources Committee of the Water District, and I'm pleased to be endorsed by the Sierra Club. I support protecting local serving businesses and retail. They create vitality for our city. As a Stanford PhD data scientist, I am trained to analyze available data to make informed decisions. But I won't delay or avoid making a decision waiting for data that is unavailable or unreliable. I'm a proven leader getting positive results for our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Keller. Our next candidate, Leonard Ely III. Mr. Ely, welcome.
Thank
Go
you.
on.
My name is Leonard Ely. I went to school in Palo Alto. I've been here for 66 years. And my father, my son, and myself have all gone to Walter Hayes, Jordan, and Pali. I graduated from the leadership program in 89-90, and welcome to all of you. It's a great program. Most of my civic endeavors have been in the nonprofit world, and that's what I've done. I have decided that after 66 years or so of listening to people discuss the problems with the city and the city council, that someone had to step up as just a guide and do that. I plan to present solutions and vote on them, move forward with them, and change them if there's a problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ely. Our next candidate, Don McDougall. Mr. McDougall?
Thank you, Supervisor Smitty, and thank you all for being here. My name is Don McDougall. I'm currently co-chair of the Library Commission, and on the Comprehensive Plan Commission. I'd like to use my minute to talk about my vision for a truly sustainable Palo Alto. Palo Alto has the baylands and the foothills within our city. Along with the urban trees and parks, this environment is our city. Palo Alto is a center of innovation, education, and local retail. This is also our city. Palo Alto is a community of energy, learning, and diversity. This too is our city. For this city to be truly sustainable, Palo Alto must protect the future of our environment that we all need and we all love. We must protect the innovation, the education, and the local economy that we all rely on. And a sustainable Palo Alto must protect the diverse, inclusive nature of our citizens for a balanced and better future. I have the leadership and partnership experience, the love of the community, the appreciation of nature, and the values for a truly dynamic, sustainable Palo Alto.
And that is time. Thank you. Mr. McDougall, my apologies for the noise from the chair. What we're going to do is wait just a moment, if that's okay, Ms. Koo, so that the chairs can be unloaded without interrupting your 1 minute, and we'll use that time to give Mayor Pat Burt a round of applause for producing the chairs in less than 10 minutes. And let's unpack those chairs as quickly and quietly as we possibly can in the back of the room. And Mayor Burt, I'm guessing you had some help from city staff, so thank them as well, please, on our behalf. If you would like to ask a question, please raise your question card. We have someone who will pick it up. If you need a card, just raise your hand if there isn't another one at your seat. And Ms. Koo, again, thank you, but I really don't want to interrupt you with noise in the back. I'm being reminded that not only is this streaming to folks at home, but it's streaming in the lobby, so if you're more comfortable there, please feel free to take in the forum in the lobby here at City Hall. We're going to wait just one more minute or so. Ms. Koo, you have 1 minute.
Thank you. My name is Lydia Koo. As business persons, we're faced with challenges. Many of the decisions are dominated by big businesses that have ambassadors or government relations persons who have established relationships with nonprofit organizations and government. I am a small business operator, and I feel small businesses are like residents, and they are too often overlooked, mostly because most small business owners are too busy running their business and do not have the time to go to an endless series of meetings. My leadership in Palo Alto Emergency Preparedness Program, and then later in my neighborhood's development issues, caused me to run for City Council in 2014. Palo Alto Weekly at the time characterized me as an organizer who goes out to bring together stakeholders. And more than that, I execute by coordinating and implementing efforts for working together. Palo Alto is a wonderful place to live and work. I feel the best approach to face our challenges is a moderate, well-thought-out plan that is supported with other peninsula cities in order to come up with regional solutions that benefit all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. How about a round of applause for all 10 of our